Namo Dasa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Dasa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Dasa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. So Monday we finish 455. Page number 455 Athasanini. Paragraph number 455. Sorry. And then today we go to the paragraph number 469. Between paragraphs between these two understandable. So commentator don't try to explain more. So 469 is about the what? About the Somanasa Sandhirana and the Ubekha Sandhirana. Okay. So they are.
Sayadaw.
Yes.
Yeah, in fact, I have a question about sort of last time. So last time, based on the Manodhatu, that's the Dhammasaṅgaṇī
Yeah.
Then first thing I need to correct myself first. So last time I said that the word, what is that word?
Tansamanandara.
Yes. It should not be Bahupihi Samasa. It should be Tapurisa Samasa. It's not Bahupihi.
Tassa Samanandara.
Yes. Tassa Samanantara or Tasma Samanantara. It can be Banjami as well, I think.
Andara Jarajaga.
Yeah. But anyway, yes, it's not Bahupihi. It should be Tapurisa.
Taburi. Not if it is no, it is if it is a Taburisa, then it will not be what?
No, it's still, so you know, I still think that it modifies more Manodhatu. It refers to Manodhatu.
Manodhatu.
Yes.
Tassa Samanandara. So
which means it's right after the Chakku Viññāṇa and so on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the Purisa. It should not be Bahupihi. Yeah, but still, I still think that it is the adjective. It's like adjective. It refers to Manodhatu.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then my question is about the last time we said that the Piṭaka in this particular citta, even though it is put in the jhana group, but it's not jananga, right, Sayadaw?
Yeah.
But I remember when we study the Apatthana, only the 10 Dvipancha Viññāṇa doesn't have the jhana paccaya. Then in this Manodhatu citta, there should be the jhana paccaya. And I remember all of the paccaya dhamma in there, we have Viṭaka in there as well. So why in this case it's not counted as the jananga, Sayadaw?
Jananga. So the answer given here is the answer is given in the by the Vanuga Buddha Gosa. So in the middle paragraph, but in the middle line of the paragraph, that paragraph. Sanghawari Laba Manambi Chananga Panja Viññāṇa Swadi Padaidawa Kadandi Na Odadam. Okay. So because the according to that explanation, so the answer is because that one, that the mental stream is like in the thought process, Chakku Viññāṇa thought process or Panja Viññāṇa thought process. In that thought process, this one, this Manodhatu, Sampadejana Citta take place there. Okay. And also because of that reason, So commentator say.
But what I mean is that, yeah, what I mean is that when we study Patthana, we didn't exclude this citta. We're still counting this citta.
Yeah, Pañcaviññāṇāni su Dhammasaṅgaṇī. They say in the Abhidhamma Piṭaka also like that. So jhana fetters are not available in the Pañcaviññāṇa citta.
Yes. So
it means other jittas. In the other jitta, jhana fetters are available, but it means that the jhana fetters are available, but the whether it work as a jhana fetter or not, that problem. So it is available. It associates. That's right. Then, but to have a capacity, full capacity to do function, okay, to process as a jhana. So Vidaka is there, but the capacity of the Vidaka, whether it reach to the level of the jhana or not. So that is the thing to consider. Okay, only when the Vidaka the level of the Vidaka reach to that jhana, then it can function very well as a jhana.
Right. So and then I mean, based on Patthana, we study that, for example, this particular citta, sampatejana, we know that it has the jhana paccaya sati, right? The paccaya dhammas are they include the vitaka in there, so which means vitaka can support or support in this case. It can support the other cittasikas and the citta itself through the jhana paccaya sati. Then,
so not there in
Hi, Sayadaw.
Vijara in the Samadhijana Citta.
Yes.
So, is it correct? Yeah.
Yeah, we lost. The signal was not good for a few minutes. So, Sayadaw, please repeat what you just said. Sayadaw, we couldn't hear.
So in that Citta, in the Samadhijana Citta, not only Vidaka but also Vijara also believer, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, Vidaka, Vijara. So only Dvipanja are excluded from the association of the Vidaka and Vijara.
Yeah, but then does that mean that we cannot call those Vitaka Vijara? There is no piti there. Vitaka Vijara. So and then Ekakata, and we don't have piti. We don't have.
Not there.
Yes, only three then. Yes.
Ekakata is there.
Yes, so we have three. And so, so does that mean that all those three are not Jananga? But according to Paccaya, then we can say that even though they are not Janangas, but they can still support the citta and the remaining cittasika through the jhana paccaya sati.
Through the jhana paccaya. Jhana paccaya here we may think our preconception is that to become a jhana, okay, to be the jhana condition is to attain the jhana, something like that. So, but it's in the simple way of thinking. Jhana is looking at something, focusing what maybe looking something at how can we say absorption, right?
Yes.
Jhana, whatever it may be, good or bad, okay, whatever it may be, good or bad. objects, they absorb. Okay, absorb. So that is the jhana. So in that case, it is possible to, if we think like in that simple way, it is possible to be supported, to be conditioned by, to be supported by the jhana condition. For example, what? As jhana fedas, vidyaga vijara, and the igagada, they support the sambhati jhana jeta, Dhammasaṅgaṇī, dhammasaṅgaṇīpāḷi, right?
Yes.
So the sambhati jhana jeta and the other mental concomitants by means of jhana pacaya. So stay there.
I see. Okay. So basically there are levels here. So we're talking about the levels. I see.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
That's
okay.
right.
Yes, thank you, Sayadaw.
The point in the Muladika is also, Muladika explanation is a little bit different from the Atakatha translation, right? Have you read?
Yeah. So Mulatika, what he's saying is that that explanation of the Atakatha is not very sound, because, and he said that if that's the case, then what about the next two tikas, the Santirana? So in Santirana, that Vitaka is also not Jananga, but it's not falling into the stream of those Pancaviññāṇāni. So that's what he just saying, that explanation doesn't seem to be valid. Yes.
It is followed by his own explanation, I think.
Yes.
His way of explanation. What is that? I just not so much clear about his explanation. Let me see in the computer. Where is that? Tasama panja viññāṇāna viya ahetukadaya. I mean the last two lines in that case. Tasama panja viññāṇāna viya ahetukadaya. So this, therefore, this sambhati jhana jeta is rootless. Okay, like a panja viññāṇa. So that is one reason. And then another reason is Magapachaya Virahaja. Let me see. Magapachaya Virahaja. So Viraha means apart from, lack of, okay? Lack of this mega support. Lack of the support and the mega condition. So no mega is there. Vijja manes, Vidaga Vichares. Even though Vidaka Vicharas are there, Jananga Dhammanan Dobulada. So Jana fetas are weak. Okay. Panjat Vinyanis to we are Agana Agananuba Aganana Ubagata. Okay. Aganana Ubaga Bawa. Panja viññāṇa soda padidata. Like that it explained that then how do you understand that sort of sentence over there? Can you hear me?
Yes, Sayadaw, I can hear you, Sayadaw. Well, in fact, I haven't read this sentence yet. What is Agananupa Gapawa, Sayadaw?
Kanana Ubaga. Kananubaga.
So counting.
Yeah, the Ubaga means approaching. So take into counting, put into the list. Okay. So put it into the list. Aganana power.
much more attention.
Let me read them. Where is that? Purejaram. Let me see. Tabisi Damjata Manoda Manado Boda. Recommended translation. Tiga Nitya we have. Let me see. Tiga Nitya. Tiga Nitya. Oh, good. Uladiga. How about the Tiga Sayadaw? Very good. Sayadaw provide. Nitya. Kiriya Mano Viññāṇa Dhatu Vipāko Dhata. So may divide the sentence to make clear. So Dasama Ito Parisandrana Mano Viññāṇa Dhatuna Tan Soda Paditata Nasi. So that with that what the commentator reject, we can simply reject the second.
Nitya Samina Penamila Lapia.
Pardon?
Nitya. Which page is the Nitya Sayadaw?
You found that? You found
yeah.
it? Let me.
Yeah, which page?
Okay, I'll try to locate fast. What is that? Vipāko Dhata. Let me see. Yanta Yata educated. Where is that? This is Mahavipāka Jeta. Ayaduka Vipāka Jeta is maybe around page number 510. 510. Yeah, correctly. 510. There you see, because of the three reasons. Okay, three reasons. Okay. Panja Viññāṇa, Viya, like a Panja Viññāṇa, Ahetuka Daya, because of being rootless. Okay. Oh, that's also one thing. So, and the Magapajaya Viraha Daya, because it is lack of the Magapajaya. Okay, Mega condition, and even though there is a Vidaka Vichara, but these Dhammas Jhana fetters are weak because of the weakness of these Jhana fetters. Panja Viññāṇa Suviya, like a Panja Viññāṇa, Agana Nubaga Bhavo, Kana Nubaga Mahodi Pedi, Kanana Ubaga. So, so we put something into the list, okay? Into the list of what? Can Agananubaga Bawa Agananubaga Panja Viññāṇa Soda Badita Panja, the state of falling into the Panja Viññāṇa stream.
So Sayadaw.
Yes.
So Agananubaga Bawa. So is it like Aganubaga? So it's the it's like the Dutiya Tapurisa, right? So it's like Gananang Upagachati. right? Gananang upagachati, and then the gananupagabawa, then that is like the jati tapurisa. So it's gananupa go, no, napanuga, napanu pagasa bawo, right?
That's natidi.
Yes. Oh, then yeah, of course, I is not, and then is it?
Yeah.
Because, but then, yeah.
Because of what?
It's like it's not we're not going to count it.
Yeah.
As the but I can't find the sambandha. Where's the sambandha? So the
awa ewa gananubaga gan agananubaga bawo agananubaga bawo ewa. Only the state of not putting into the list, okay, is what? Pañcaviññāṇā soda paditata. So is the state of falling into the Pañcaviññāṇā stream. Okay. So because they are not counted, the state of being not counted into the list, not put into the list, is not much because of the three reasons. One reason is what? Being rootless, and then being lack of support from the Magga Pajaya, and also even though there is a Vidaga Vijara, they are weak. That's why. Because of all these three reasons, they are not counted as a Jananga. Okay, not counted as a Jananga.
So three reasons. The first reason is ahetukataya, right, Sayadaw? The second reason is Magga Pajaya Viharaha. That is the second reason.
Yeah.
And then the third reason is Agananupaga bawa. That is the third reason, right, Sayadaw?
No. Dobelada. Dobelada, Tata and Daya Sabi, they are the same. Dobelada, because of weak.
So I'm trying to see why we have a ja particle right after the Magga Pajaya Viharaha. We have a ja particle there, which means it's like it connects the two reasons, ahetukataya and Magga Pajaya Viharaha. Yes. So does that mean that it explains something? Those two reasons alone are to explain something. Right? And then we also have another ja particle right after Agananupaga bawa.
Dobelada, wait. And the Vidaga Vijara, even though Vidaga Vijaras are there, but the Jhana Padas are weak, like Pañcaviññāṇā, okay, like a Pañcaviññāṇā Citta, they are not counted, not put into the counted.
So you know, the Vijamane Supi Vitaka Vijaresu, that is the Lakkhana, right, Sayadaw?
Yeah. Even though there are Vidaga Vijara, but the Jhana Padas are weak because of the weak Jhana Padas, they are not counted. So this, they are means what? They not they are, but this is Pañcaviññāṇa citta, or this Samrejana citta is not counted, like a Pañcaviññāṇa citta. So the comment, what the commentator want to mention is the word Pañcaviññāṇa Sotapaditata, the way the Samrejana fall into the Pañcaviññāṇa stream. Okay, so in the normal sense, we can understand that because in the same thought process. Okay, because they are in the after the Chakku Viññāṇa, there is Sampadejana, then because of that being in the same process, so they are what not counted into the jhana. Okay, no, they are not mentioned as a jhananga. So Vidaka Vijara, even though they are, but they are not counted as a jhananga. So, but the commentator want to say that is want to express not another way. The state of being similar to the Pañcaviññāṇa. So Pañcaviññāṇa Sotapadita means the state of falling into the Pañcaviññāṇa stream is not being in the same thought process, not referring to the being in the same process, but referring to what? Referring to the being same nature with the Pañcaviññāṇa citta. So one thing is aheduka, rootless, and then another thing is what? They are not supported by the Maggapaccaya. Okay. So because of that, then they are jhana phatas are weak, and then Pañcaviññāṇa, like a Pañcaviññāṇa citta, they are not counted into what? Not counted into the list. So what I understand the commentator explanation is like that. So he emphasized on the another point. Okay. But the commentator emphasized on the being in the same mental thought process. So,
but I mean at the end he's still using the word Pañcaviññāṇa Sotapaditata.
Tadidada, it is the Kita or Tadida, okay, Tadida. So understood. Tadidada Hodi.
So which means he also agrees with the
With the word.
With the words, you know, that means it's falling into the stream of the Pañcaviññāṇa.
Yes. So Pañcaviññāṇa Sotapaditata, in terms of what the word itself is okay. He don't say another word, but the interpretation because there is something to be argued.
Okay.
Okay. So because the commentator explained that if it is because of that reason being in the same thought process, then what about the other two? Okay. So that's why he want to say and interpret in another way. Because the reason is because they belong to Aheduka, and then they are lacking in the support from the Maggapaccaya.
So you know the sambandha of the Aggananupaggappāva is the Viṭaka and Vichara, right, Sayadaw?
Aggananupaggappāva. It is referred to what? this Sampadejana Citta.
Sampadejana citta. Then what is the list, Sayadaw?
Pardon?
No, because
The
we said that because it doesn't count it to the list. So what is that list, Sayadaw?
Candamuka. List of the Jananga, okay, counting as a Jananga, Maganga, like that. So in this is why is talking about in the Sanghavada in the Dhammasaṅgaṇīpāḷi, Sanghavada. In that count, in that list there is no Jananga. Okay, for the Sampadejana Citta.
Yes. So if the list is the list of Jananga, then the Sambandha should be Vitakka and Vichara, then, Sayadaw, right? Because those two do not count into the list.
List of the Jananga is not giving. Let me make you clear. There is a list. The list is not the list of the jhana fetters, but the so when the Buddha after enumerating every dhamma that associate that right together with the Sampadejana Citta, the Buddha collectively mentioned khanda, how many khanda, okay, ayatana, dhatu, okay, and then mega jhana. Okay, like that. This is the list of the Dhamma that arise, the collective list of the Dhamma. Okay, yeah. So that list is not giving. So it would be better for you to go to. Let me see what the Dhammasaṅgaṇīpāḷi page number. Right, what is that? Let me see. Kusalavipākapañcaviññāṇāni. Okay. Paragraph number 455 there. And that paragraph number 455. Then you see 455 and then you go down up to the 467. Okay. After the 467, there you can see Chatta Tasamain Kopana Samayi Chatta Khanda Hondi. Okay. Yeah. So that is the list Sanghavada. Dvāyatanāni, 2 ayatana, 2 dhatu yo, 2 dhatu, 3 ahara, 3 indriya, and ego paso, and so on. So jhana is jammed. So jhana abhiya maybe before the indriya, but the jhana is not mentioned here. So then why jhananga is not put here? Okay, Candamuka. Why it is Agananubaka? Why Jananga is Agananubaka here? So if you look back at Pañcaviññāṇāni Citta, so you can see the same thing. So paragraph after the paragraph number 453, there is also one paragraph, Khanda Ayatana Dhatu Ahara Indriya. So the same thing. Okay, Candamuka. So Sanghavada county. Okay, the list here, the point is that not the list of the Vitakka Vichara Piti Sukha, but the collective as a Jananga. Both all of them are included as a Jananga. But the Buddha here didn't mention.
Yes.
That is called Agananubaka.
Yes.
So,
yeah, so that's what it means, right? So does that mean that, so in this sentence, it says that even though there are Vitakka and Vichara, but they don't make the list. That's what it means, right? So,
even though Vitakka Vicharas are there, jhana fetters are weak. Okay, Jadopalata. Okay.
Yes.
And then because of they are weak, okay, like a Panchaviññāṇa, they are not, they cannot be counted as a jhananga. Okay.
Yes.
So then in this sense, Viṭaka Vichara and so here is the Viṭaka Vichara and the other associated dhammas are weak. So so as you say, the what that the agananu bhagabhava. So that is correct here. What you say is what Viṭaka Vichara, etc.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Viṭaka Vichara, because not only this jeta, this dhamma, okay, but the other dhammas, other associated dhammas, they cannot be counted as a jhananga.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So
Okay.
that state is what Panchaviññāṇa Sodapatita, the state of falling into the Panchaviññāṇa stream. Here also, if you read that the word soda is, we happen to interpret as a thought process. But in the sub-commentary translation, Sayadaw, what the Sayadaw is said is soda badidada is desana, it referring to the
Which page, Sayadaw?
Page number 510, just about the line, just about the dasama, two paragraphs there, the first paragraph. Dan soda madidaya, padidada, nidi so, the indicating samadhijana jeta, dan soda padidada. So it falls into the series of the talk. Okay. Now it may not be what the mental thought process. So soda padita, not falling into the same thought process, but falling into the series of the talk. It means after the Panchaviññāṇa, what somebody jana is taught by the Buddha in the Dhammasaṅgaṇī, then the Sandirana, that they got Desana stream. But the reason, the problem is that interpretation of the water, soda, soda badita. So which is stream? How they fall into the same stream.
So I guess maybe this is how I understand. So So
yeah.
In the commentator, he used the word Panchaviññāṇa Sotapatipata. Then we might thought that what he means is because it's falling right after, like into the stream of the thought process right after the Panchaviññāṇa. But according to the sub-commentator, he said we should not understand it that way. But here we should understand the word sota is like the jati, right? So what it means, he gave like two reasons here. Well, three, but basically two. The first thing is that because it's ahetuka, and it doesn't have the magga paccaya, just like the Panchaviññāṇa. That is the first reason. And the second reason he gave is that just like in the Panchaviññāṇa, those jananga, they are not called, they are not counted into the list, just like the Pancaviññāṇa, because of the weakness of the Jananga. So which means we can see them as indeed the same group or category of the Pancaviññāṇa. So the sota should be understood is like the jati, not like the sota in the stream of the viti.
Yeah, yes.
That's how I understand.
That we understand, but the point Sayadaw Bhadarika Sayadaw explain is he interpret is the talking series of a talk. So after the Pancaviññāṇa, then the Buddha. Then after that, then Sandirana there, right? So that they go Desana stream, Desana soda, right? Desana soda. Pancaviññāṇa Desana soda padita, like that. Let me see that what is here clearly mentioned in the Abhidhamma. Where it is. Tigamadika. Okay. Because we read jumping from one to another, that's why we may miss some of the words. What is that? Anujara. Let me read. Desana is the word desana is not mentioned here, right? We don't see in that paragraph. Tenaga Deda Bhadama Duedugambi Obajamana Samadri San Saeduga Daya Pancaviññāṇa Sodi Di Ita Yatha Bagunan Gantan Sajayando Sajaya Sodi Padida Kanji Vajana Mega Nasan Laketi A1 Dada Gadasa Asan Lakanana Manadi Na Ja Pancaviññāṇa Sotaye Jananga Bhavo Ida Avajana Sakaranam Yadi Dadanandaram Nidi So Dan Soda Padidada Dadanandara Nidi So. So regarding maybe interpretation of that word is, so obviously after the Pancaviññāṇa explanation, the Buddha indicate Sampadejana Citta. So if it is such a, if we assume that this is the reason, then Ido Parisandvena Manoviññāṇa Dhatuna Dan Soda Padidada Nasiya. So if we assume like that, then the remaining two Manoviññāṇa Dhatu will not be counted, will not be considered as they fall into the because one between this two Manoviññāṇa Dhatu and Pancaviññāṇa, there is a one Mano Dhatu. That's why we cannot say the remaining two Manoviññāṇa Dhatu as they are in the same series of a talk. Therefore, so Sayadaw explanation is like this. So Pancaviññāṇa Soda Padidada. So one thing for us more clear is what they are in the mental stream, same thought process. Okay, that's a
yeah. Sayadaw, the Alutiga Alutiga will explain the Tang Sota Patita Dana Saya. His explanation is Tasa Ananandarata.
Yeah. Not anandarata. So without having no endeavor. So
yeah,
because
I think
after the Panja, if we take as a desana teaching, so Panja after the Panja Vinyana, the Buddha talk Samadejana without any endeavor. So it means between these two jeta there is no any other explanation, any other dhammas for explanation.
yeah. So I think the same thought process is better.
Same thought process is more understandable for us. But it is okay. The whatever. Desana maybe the same talk. So in the same series of the talk. So, but we can take note the two differences, the two ideas. Okay. What else? Mr. Ryan, the question you asked, is it already answered or not?
No, yeah, the original question. So the
original question is what? I forgot.
Yes, the original question is about the patthana. Yes, so that's the level of strength, I think. Yes, so that is okay. So
level, Vidyaka level.
Yes.
Yeah. Because Dobhalada is given here. Okay, Dobhalada weak. These Janifadas are weak.
Yeah. So now, yes, so now we have to understand that even though there is a jhana paccaya sati there, but these cetasikas are not jhananga.
In the when they are associated with the Sampradjana.
Yes, because we have the jhana paccaya sati in the sampradjana.
Yes. So jhana paccaya sati is available. So jhana pradas are there, vidaka vichara, ekagatas are there. So it may be the condition for the other Sampradjana cetas is associated by means of the jhana paccaya. But they cannot be counted as a jhananga. So we still have a time. So let's read. This one is understandable, I think. Let's continue. Posit 9. Paragraph number. Mano Viññāṇa dhatu neti sesu. So there are 2 Mano Viññāṇa dhatu remain. Okay. Somanasa Santirana and Ubekha Santirana Chitta. And the Ahiduga kusalavipāka Chitta. Pathama Mano Viññāṇa dhatu ya in the first mind. How can we translate it? Mano Viññāṇa dhatu. For the Mano dhatu is a mind element. Mind conscious element. How do you translate it? Mano Viññāṇa dhatu. The element of mind consciousness.
Yes, if we translate word by word, yes. Mind consciousness element.
Because the difference between Mano dhatu and Mano Viññāṇa dhatu is also explained a little bit for the Mano dhatu in the sub-commentary there. We just read the same paragraph. Okay, paragraph number 455 in the side commentary. So we say Keja. Okay, we say Keja. There is a no significant function. Therefore, it is a manodhatu. Manomadadhatu manodhatu. Diwida manodhatu eva hojati. Now we say mano, not a special. Why? That's a mano eva dhatu, manodhatu eva sado, matta sadato. And then we say niwadanato. If there is a no, isn't just knowing, but no special. It is a leg of a special knowing. Okay, manodhara nekamana, pawesa mukha bhavado. Maybe just aware the object. Okay, because after the Jaku Dwara, Jaku Viññāṇa Citta is there, then that object, Rupa, visible object, just fall into the mind of, just arises, and then just aware that no any other way, any other or significant knowing. That's why it is called just a mind element. The others are maybe they have a how can we say? They have a special. If we go manodhatu because of the lack of the visesa keja, significant function. So, but then we have to say that other chittas apart from the manodhatu, they have a special or significant function. Their function, as you see, is somebody just accept whatever you give. Maybe they accept only. So this one also we have to think. Maybe if we translate, we have to be able to differentiate mind manodhatu and manoviññāṇa dhatu. So how can we differentiate? Okay, in translation. So with not just a wadi, but the meaning also meaningful. We need to have. So, but it maybe we can keep for the further exploration. So for now, will continue. But Dhammasaṅgaṇī dhatu, in the first manoviññāṇa dhatu, that refer to somebody Sandirana, Somnasa Sandirana. Piti Varandikam, only the word piti is what? Exceeded in number. Okay, Adhika means extra. Okay, exceeded in number. So
here, extra number or extra word? Patang atika is extra word.
Mother?
Extra word, right? Patang atika.
Vadan Adigan, Piti Vadan Adigan, how can we say? Adhika is, if we say extra is okay, addition, okay? If we say Piti Vada is added, okay? One, but if we compare to the Samadhijana Citta, then as we see in the chart, they were how many? Here, only one more. Okay, in terms of jhana factors, there is a piti. Okay, that's why we have a or 13 or 15 compared to the 12 and 14. So the what BD is added. Okay, Vedana be somnasa Vedana. Feeling also pleasant feeling. Ayahi. So this first manovinyana dhatu. But what did it happens only what the desirable object, only in the desirable object. 8 haramana. So Dutiya manovinyana dhatu, the second manovinyana dhatu, it happens where? It is the object of what? It happens in the Eta Majada, desirable but neutral object. So last time we already discussed what is that? Not dukkha, not anetharamana, and also not adi-etharamana, but just etharamana. But because of the feeling, sensation, even though etharamana object, because of the feeling, it became what? Ubeka. No, ethamajadaramana. Therefore, tata ubeka vena hodi. So, in the Dhammasaṅgaṇīpāḷi, there are ubeka vena hodi, the Buddha said. Padhani, manodhatu nidesa, sati saniwa. So these words are similar to or the same as description of the mind element. Upayathabi, and both of them, Pañcaviññāṇā sodi paditawa. Yeah, Pañcaviññāṇā sodi, falling in the Pañcaviññāṇā stream, Katadayiva. Okay, because they fall and goes or continue. So in the Pañcaviññāṇā stream, that's why Candamuka na uddhani. So in the Sanghavara, there is a no Jananga, no what Jananga is mentioned. Megangani alabado yewa. Yeah, for the Meganga, because no Meganga, no mega fetters are available. That's why the word Meganga is not mentioned in the Sanghavara.
Hi, Sayadaw.
Yes.
So, so get back to that question again. So,
Yeah.
I have a question about the word udatani. What does it mean, udatani, Sayadaw?
Uddhada. So Uddhara. It derived from the in Myanmar we go Thosao at. It means dada is derived from the root dara. Uddhara. So pick up and then lift up. Okay.
So does that mean that the jananga, the vitaka, vichara, they do not appear in the teaching? That's what it means, right, Sayadaw? It doesn't appear in the that vara.
In the Sanghavara, collective
Yes.
session.
But
The word
they,
Jananga is not mentioned.
yes. But does that mean that, so he explaining that it doesn't appear in there because of the reason, but it doesn't mean that he's saying that the vitaka vichara are not jananga. Is that how we should understand, Sayadaw?
But can you say again?
Because this verse is important, right? So it means, does that mean that these two, the jananga does not appear in the Sanghavara? Because, so he gives the reason, because it falls into the stream of those citta and so on. But it doesn't mean, what he's saying is that vitaka vichara are not janangas. Because they are janangas, But he said that because in the Buddha's teaching, they do not appear in that teaching because this reason. That's all he's saying.
Sure.
But they have to be the Jananga.
Vidaka Vijarasa are there, but they are not mentioned as a Jananga.
They are not mentioned as Jananga, or the word Jananga do not appear in the teaching. So, you know, those two are different.
Mainly, the word Jananga not appear. Does not appear in the Sangha session. So
Yes.
as we have read.
Yes.
So.
Because as I said, it also relates to my question about the Paccaya. So it's very, so if we think that they are not Jananga, that is one problem. The other problem is it just because it doesn't appear in that teaching. Those two are different things, you know. Should we understand that they don't gain the status of Jananga, or it's just the word Jananga does not appear in that teaching?
The explanation is what? The word Jananga does not appear there.
Yes.
Why? Because the reason is they fall into the Pañcaviññāṇāni stream. Okay.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So
that's the reason. I think that's the reason why the Pasatika Sayadaw, that is the Desana Sota, not because of, because of the following the stream of teaching.
Following the stream of teaching, right? The Desana Sota.
Yes, so which means they are the Janangas.
So it doesn't mean that they are not Jananga, but they can be called Jananga. But they are weak. One thing is that they are weak. And that is, it doesn't matter, even though they're weak or not. But the matter here is, commentator purposely gives, they are in the same series of the talk. Okay. After the Pañcaviññāṇa, then there is Sampadejana, then two Sandiranas, like that.
I see. Yes. Thank you, Sir.
Maggingasa, not available, not totally available. That's why not mentioned, not outer than. So the problem start is that there is a Jananga, but they don't make, the Buddha don't mention as a Jananga. So why? Because the commentator, what the commentator gave a reason. The reason is because of they are in the same. It follow the course of the teaching. Okay, the course of the teaching is it goes like this. So that's why. But the commentator don't agree that one. The course of following the course of the teaching. And then he say in terms of the jadi, or like in terms of the nature, because they are the same as the Ahetuka, and then they are lack of the support from the Maggapaccaya, and also even though Jnanafatas are there, but they are weak. That category, okay, because they belong to the very similar category. That is a commentator's opinion. So here now the Dani says Sansabat Havodani Yiniva Viridava. Okay. The remaining in all sessions should be understood only with the method that has been explained. Lakanadi do Panisa, Lakanadi do Pana Isa, Duidabi, so characteristic, etc., or these two chetas. Manovinyana Dadu, Aheduka Vipaka, okay, two Manovinyana Dadu as well as the Aheduka Vipaka. Their characteristic is Chala Manavijanana Lakana. So knowing the set objects, characteristic of a knowing set objects. And then Sandi and Adidasa, they have a function led by the Sandhirana, investigating and so on. Because as we see that Somanasa Sandhirana, they have a two functions, right? Sandhirana and Radhamana. So registration function also it performs. And also another function is investigating function, Sandhirana Radhamana. But for the Upekha Sandhirana, they have maybe other three additional functions, Adisandi, Bhavanga, Jyoti also. So that's why the word Adi is given here, Sandhirana, Adi, Rasa. So respectively, they have a functions led by the Sandhirana. Tatha Bhava Pachupadhana, it appears in our mind or in the meditative mind as what? Investigating, etc. And then Hariya Vatu Padadhana. The proximate cause is a heart base. Okay. So unlike other Panchaviññāṇa and then what the Sampadejana, somebody Panchaviññāṇa and Sampadejana, the proximate cause for them is the cessation of the previous chitta. Okay, that is the proximate cause. So, because maybe according to Patthana, and also Anandara Pajaya, Nati, we get that. But here, for the Sampadejana, Sandhirana, two Sandhirana, Sukha Sandhirana and Upekha Sandhirana, for them, so the proximate cause become Hariya Vatu. Can you guess what is the reason? What is the reason for being different in terms of Padadhana, proximate cause, heart base, here heart base?
Because these jittas, they can only arise in the Pañcavokara, right, Sayadaw?
Pañcavokara jitta.
Yeah.
Kamavajara.
Kamavajara and then also in the Rupa Vajara as well. So in the Panchadara Viti. So that's why they need to have the support of the Hariya Vatu.
Heart base.
Yeah.
Bodhisandi, suppose if they take Bodhisandi, if they function, if not Buddha, then they cannot function. But Upekha Sandhirana, if they function, if Upekha Sandhirana function as Bodhisandi, Bhavanga, Jyoti, their proximate cause is the heart base. Right? So in the Bodhisandi moment, but what about the other moment? So for example, when they are performing Sandhirana function and then performing the Radhamana function.
So does that mean that if in those cases, then the should be the previous jittas, right? So
Cessation of the previous jitta.
Yes.
Right. That will be. But for the Bodhisandi, Bhavanga, Jyoti, for them, for these functions, Hariya Vatu, The hard ways may be proximate cause. That the why the problem here is just mentioned Hadaya Vatu Padatha, right? So because they have a different functions, we have to consider whether this is enough or not. So with the Patana knowledge.
But should it be covered both, Sayadaw? I mean, even though that if we don't mention the cessation of the previous citta, but still for this citta to arise in either one of the functions, it still needs Hadaya Vatu.
This is as a base is okay.
Yeah.
What needs there's only when we have a hard base. So as a Nisaya Bhajaya,
Yeah.
it is, we can simply say it is a common base, common proximate cause. Okay, but the Hadaya Vatu is a common proximate cause for all functions, right? Maybe somebody general function also, whatever function they perform without basing on the heart, then it may not be possible. What do you think about that? Common. So, because if we take the cessation of the previous citta, that cannot be common proximate cause for all functions, right? Only for the Sampadejana citta, Sampadejana Sandhirana function and then Radhamana function.
Yes.
It is confined to only the two functions. But Hadaya Vatu, if we take more broader, then it covers all functions. That's why maybe we because there may be someday if you are talking about that, there may rise such a question. Right?
Well, but then so here we're talking about the Somanasa Sagata Santidana Citta, right?
No,
That
both of them.
Yes,
Both
but
of them.
so two of them. So if we just talk about the Somanasa Santidana Citta, then that citta does not perform the function of Patisandhi and Chuti and the so if we give that reason, as the cessation, I mean the
cessation of previous citta.
Yeah, then it doesn't fit in this case, right? Is it?
But here is talking about the both of them. Do we dabi?
Yeah, so as Sayadaw said, it is like the common.
Yeah. Common, more Hadaya Vatu is a more common proximate cause for both of them.
Yes.
As well as for all functions they might have.
Yes.
That sort of thinking also good. Someday why there is only Hadaya Vatu. So
Sayadaw,
yes.
I remember a long time ago, I think maybe during in the beginning of the class, the time you said in the Dhammasaṅgaṇī, the Buddha didn't mention about the Hadaya Vatu, right?
Surely.
But from my understanding, you see, according to those cases, we can see the Buddha didn't directly mention the Hadaya Vatu, but indirectly we understood the Hadaya Vatu is there. Because you see in all this, they need the Hadaya Vatu, right, to arise. That's why it's indirectly we know that's the Hadaya Vatu, even though the Buddha didn't directly say the Hadaya Vatu this word.
That's why the later commentaries they use Hadaya Vatu. So But the Hadaya Watu, it does not mean the heart, or what there is no. Some later commentaries they trying to say Hadaya Watu refer to the heart. So, but in the earlier commentaries, they may just mention Hadaya, the explanation of the heart. For example, Hadaya means Chaita. Okay, Hadaya and Chaita, they are both the same synonyms. So Chaita, we cannot define where is the base of the Chaita. Chaita, the base for the Chaita remain on every part of the body. So also, in that case, heart base is everywhere, not only in the heart. The problem is not because of the being Hadaya Watu, but the identification to identify which one is a Hadaya Watu. Okay. So,
but if we say Hadaya is like you say, if the Hadaya is Jada, so
Jada, no, what that is just I bigger the different context. Okay, in the different context, Hadaya means a different meaning.
Yeah. But we still can see the Buddha indirectly mentioned. Right? We
assume that. We assume that if it is like a Jagu Vinyana, if it is something that can be directly pointed out, specifically pointed out, I think the Buddha never hesitated to point it out, like a Jagu Vinyana. Okay. So that is also one of the reasons because the Buddha for the Buddha there's no hiding test. Okay. Nothing to hide. He revealed almost all of the things. If it is so obvious, is it really to be identified as a Hadaya Watu, hard base, hard as a base? I think the Buddha will surely use the term hard. But the problem is because it has been long tradition. It passed through the many ages. Maybe someday, for some reasons, it may be one of the specific words may be lost. But the problem is in any tradition, we don't. I think in the Theravada tradition, one thing for sure is there is in the Pali text, there is no Hadaya Watu. The Buddha just simply say Watu. So Sayadaw Radha Sayadaw explanation is very general. He take it generally. Whatever part whatever part of the body, it may be either in the heart or brain, or maybe around the areas around the heart or brain. So, and also there are nerve systems are there. So they can be regarded as a Hadaya Watu, like that. Whatever bring to the mental stream, Hadaya Watu. Then one day I got it. This is very problematic, and a lot of the papers are also there regarding whether mind remain on the heart or the base of the mind is heart or brain. Then one of the meditators explain their experience, her experience, that Sayadaw, really the mind start to arise from the heart. I have experience in the meditation. So what about your meditation experience? About it?